All right, people, warriors, on to another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. Glad you guys are joining me here, and we are going to talk about the fact that we need more male role models. I talked about the masculine frame before. I've talked about looking at how to develop masculine frame, those type of things. We need to have more masculine male role models. Why? Well, guys, let's delve into this. First, go ahead, subscribe, comment, like, help me any way you can. We can kind of focus on trying to help each one of us. We're in the same community here, and those type of things are important. If you got ideas, please send those to me. I'm gonna try to look at this YouTuber that Carl wants me to look into, and probably do something on him on next week, and try to focus on that once a week type of analysis profile, working on someone you see out there that has a masculine type of aura. All right, so when we look at this, we're looking at trying to focus on why do we need male role models? Well, because there are masculine energy and there's feminine energy. There is no denying that. Males or females are made a certain way because of certain things. Let's take it back to the old caveman days, where two people, right, they were searching for food. They needed food, they needed to survive. So the person who was the strongest normally would get that type of thing, right? They would be able to get all the resources. And the people that weren't as strong would have to kind of manipulate their way to get help or support to get those type of things, because they realized that someone else would do it. I don't care if you're sitting in front of a bear. You have to, if you don't feel like you're as strong as that bear, you're going to have to try to manipulate the situation a little bit to get away from the bear and get your food. All right? And so over the years, you have the same thing. It's no different now when you look at things. If you run into a big animal, you're still going to try to manipulate the situation because you're just not as strong as an animal. All right? And the same thing with male and females. Males should be strong. They should be the ones that are going out, the hunters, you should say. Go out and get that food. Go out and provide for that situation. If they have family, then obviously provide for the family. Be able to have enough so that you can kind of support your family, right? Now, a female, they understand this. And most females, they expect this type of thing, right? They're expecting it. They should not be competing with you as males. They should be expecting that type of stuff and being able to say, okay, I'll use my feminine energy to help in this family, and you use masculine energy. And so that's why you go back to the old cave people days, where the male would be bringing the stuff home and the females would take care of the cave, right? And they would have children and keep going from there. This has been happening for thousands of years in different ways in order to be able to accomplish the goal of moving the population forward, right? Moving the population forward so that you can continue to succeed, procreate, and make newer people as you go along, right? Those type of things continue to happen. Nowadays, it hasn't really changed. We could put fancy dresses and clothes on people, fancy technology, but the human beings come back down to the same thing. The trouble with now society right now, as I see it, is we see a lot of roles that are changing that just are not biologically going to work. You cannot have females, I don't care what the female does, to become masculine in that way to protect the family. I don't care what you see in the movies. I don't care what you're saying. You can look at people, that's just not going to happen. They can portray it, and unfortunately, a lot of single moms and people have to protect themselves, so they got to find ways to do it. But the bottom line, guys, is there still is nothing like a masculine male who has that power, who has that strength to be able to protect their family and the people. And females know that. On the other hand, we have a lot of males who, for one reason or another, whether it's brainwash, watching media, expectations, not having a dad in the family, all the type of things, they are growing up what I call very simplest or, their wussy type behavior. This is not the masculine frame you should have. And because of that, what's happening is a lot of these males are going into female roles, becoming more female. And as a result, the females, which is a normal response and appropriate, they're basically saying, I can't put up with this. I'm expecting you to be a male. Right? And so as a male, you're sitting there saying, okay, well, if the male doesn't do the male's job, well, then I got to do it. Right? And I think that's the key type of thing to think about. I don't think a lot of females want to do all of it. In fact, you listen to it a lot on different types of forms of media, and you'll see a lot of the females, a lot of the women are saying, I'm getting tired of doing all these roles. And I think that's a problem we have in society with a lot of breakups of marriages and relationships. You're seeing a lot of negative behaviors because of that. And I think that's something that you have to keep an eye on. Now, one of the solutions to this is having enough male role models. And hopefully, as the years go on and we do these videos, and as time goes on, because I'm not going to stop doing a lot of these videos because I enjoy them. Plus, the other fact I'm trying to do is I'm trying to provide information so that you become a strong male. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. You can then become that role model for other males and females, especially males. And females should be doing the same thing with females. So as we look at the situation, we need to have a lot of male role models. We need to have those people in society who are going to step up and say, okay, this is how a man should act. And this is how a female should act. And this is the type of stuff that we just don't see enough of in society. And we need to see more of that kind of stuff. And I think that's the biggest issue that we see. We don't see a lot of males and females really becoming strong role models for people. And especially for our younger kids. And I think that's the whole key. So we need more male role models. We need that, and that's how we function. Now, as a male, to be able to be a role model not only reinforces your own attitudes and not only reinforces who you are, but it also sends a signal out there saying, okay, I am this masculine figure. I am the person who is in charge of the situation. I'm a person who knows what they want to do, where they want to go, and you can either choose to follow me or not choose to follow me. And I think that's the whole key to being a masculine frame. And women and other people will provide opportunities for you as they see this. That's why you can never, even if things go bad and you have troubles, never stop your journey, no matter what happens. Continue on your journey because it makes you stronger. It makes you a strong masculine male or a female who is understanding her female feminine energy. And those two things are really important, gang. And once you do enough of that, you realize how important that is. And like I said, as I'm doing 530 days now, I think, of retention and 55 days of monk mode, you realize it more and more and more how important this message is. And so that's why we need more role models. And so as you talk to other males, and I'm just talking about the males now, as you talk to other males, make sure that you send the message to them that it is important to be that strong male. You need to try to have that attitude where this is something that is important. This is something that needs to happen. It needs to be something that you're focusing on, because it is important to realize that as you look at other people, as you see other people, you'll realize that it is important to be a strong male. And I think that's the whole key to it. So, as we look at this, make a decision today to become a strong male role model. Until next time, guys, battle on.